So here we are, back into the Amumu game, and right now it's still fairly even, I would say. Teemo's quite fed, but he's sort of building lots of random items, like he's got a Giant's Belt and a Zeal and a Malady. It's just all a bit random. It's not gonna make too much sense. And they also have a fed Severe on the enemy team, and Galio is gonna get wrecked by him, probably. Because Galio only has 60 armor, so that's a major problem I see when people play Galio. They're just like, herder, stack magic resist and AP, and then they just go in like crazy and get wrecked by AD carries. And Mumu has ult still. Should probably just go in and ult before everyone dies. Just needs to. I feel Amumu just waited. He waited so damn long to ult then. I'm not sure why he waited so long. That was probably the major mistake by him. He just sort of didn't really ulti. And this is going to be interesting. TF should win this. Oh, never mind. Anyway, yeah, Amumu just didn't really ulti until it was too late, basically. Tristana could probably kill TF here if she does it right. He just used his cooldowns then, so she probably would have been able to kill him. But I don't know. That team fight obviously didn't go that well for him. That's the thing I don't like about Teemo is that after the laning phase, he's not that good really. And obviously they have a Tristana with only like who's just got a Zeal as well. I see a lot of people who do this weird Zeal thing, Zeal BF sword thing, and I see they do it on Vayne and Ashe and things like that, and I'm not a big fan of it. I think maybe it's viable on Ashe because you get the move speed from the Zeal and the attack speed bonus, obviously, and you want to slow people with your Q. I guess that could be good, but it delays getting your Infinity Edge by quite, it's by like 1200 gold. It delays getting your Infinity Edge, so I'm not sure if that's the best decision to make concerning that. And I think Lee Sin sold that and flashed out. That was a pretty boss move from him. But Vayne died. Twisted Fate died again. So anyway, so. But right now, Galio is building Abyssal, I guess. I mean, it's not like they really have that much AP on their team. It's just Twisted Fate, but then they have two AD carries. So you'd think Galio would want to prioritize getting some armor first, but I just don't think. I've noticed this a lot in lower elos, say, that people just don't think about what items they buy. They just buy standard items for that champion. Like, you really have to think about what I like. Amumu is building Sunfire Cape first. I know I talked about this on the last part of this, and say you're against two AD carries, the best item you could buy is either Randuin's or Frozen Heart. And because you're against Vayne, who's building attack speed first, Frozen Heart's just the god item for that. It's so good against Vayne. And they have so much stuns to really lock down. That Teemo is just crazy. That was a good Galio ult, I'd say. But yeah, Teemo just sort of engaged when Amumu went into the base. I'm not sure why he did that. But it ended up going good for them anyway. And Twisted Fate should die if Amumu hits his toss, which he didn't. But Tarek can hit a stun anyway. So it's fine. But that should... There you go. Severe's just kind of overconfident. She's kind of overconfident in her damage because she's got 8 kills, Infinity Edge Phantom. She just rushes in and tries to kill them. Just sort of... That's the sort of thing that you'd want to try to avoid doing when you're ahead. Like I was speaking about in a previous, I think of my first daily, where people, if they get fed, they don't know how to carry. This isn't quite that, but it's sort of similar to that because she's just sort of getting too cocky and going in when it was quite. If you're against 3 people, it's quite obvious you're going to die. Like, especially if they have 3 stuns between them. And I think Amumu should just really run here. He's probably going to die now. I don't think he needed to go in like that. No, he should be fine. Yeah, if Amumu can get a frozen heart here, it would just be ridiculously hard for them to kill him. And all he needs to do is just stick on Severe or Vayne. Probably Severe, because Vayne is not that strong. And just stop her from, stop her from doing as much damage as he can. And I would say maybe Galio needs to go in with her, with the Mumu, and try and kill Severe as well. But it's always difficult when you sort of don't have, like, Amumu and Galio aren't like Aurelia bruisers who can just jump in and kill an AD carry like Ashe by himself. Like, they sort of need a bit of help and they need to do it together with their AoE. So it's always hard when you have those sort of bruisers. That's why Aurelia is so popular, because you can just basically 1v1 their AD carry extremely easily and then go in. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're just sort of wandering around in their jungle by themselves. It doesn't really make that much sense. Mumu sort of wasted flash then. Well, Tristana's on a killing spree, that's good. It's always at this stage of the game where Tristana gets a little bit stronger. Amumu sort of needs to go in and do his ult instead of just walking around like that. It's probably the best choice. That was good. That was okay from Tristana, sort of. Maybe if he had flash, he could just flash over the wall again or something. I don't know. But this isn't good. Vayne getting a triple kill is not good. I mean, Taric is just basically... This is why I don't like Taric as a support. I feel you really have to take advantage of him in lane. And they didn't really win lane on bottom, because Taric, what is he doing now? He's one stun, and that's it. That's all he is just one stun now. And aside from that, he just soaks a bit of damage and dies. But Alistar, he's a whole mound of CC. He just provides so much CC, and he's quite hard to kill with his ult. That's why I don't like Taric that much, and I feel like it's rare. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but it's rare that you see like the best teams playing Taric. I don't know. I just don't like him that much, really. I think you can just have Leona, and it's sort of like a better, tankier, more damaged version, more CC version of Taric. See, Amumu's almost got his glacial here. He's gonna need some magic resist eventually, because TF will do a lot. I mean, I know he's got 90, but a Negatron couldn't hurt later on. But mostly he wants to go for armor and health. And once he gets that Frozen Heart and Randuin's, it's going to be really, really hard. But I think if they let this game go on 10 minutes more, they're just going to lose, because they have 2 AD carries and a Vayne, obviously, and Vayne's now got Infinity Edge. So, and unless Galio can build a Death Cap next item, that was a horrible Galio ult. And I think Amumu could have got his ult off then before dying. That's fine, I guess, sort of. Looks like Teemo's going to be able to kill TF. See, TF sort of panicked in. He sort of panic ported and didn't port to a good location, really. If Tristana was a bit more aware of that, she probably could have killed him. She would have taken one shot. Yeah. Amumu, I really think he could have ulted then. If he was smashing the R key before dying, I think he could have got it off. I don't know. See this Lee Sin's build. I always see people just build weird stuff when they play Lee Sin jungle. Like, it's so weird items. I just think Wriggles on Lee Sin is just bad in general, in my opinion anyway. He's not that type of jungler who needs Wriggles. You don't need Wriggles on Lee Sin. You want to take advantage of your early game completely, and by doing that, by just building Dorans, you can do that easily. But I've seen just a lot of Lee Sins at the low reload just building Wriggles, probably not even thinking about their choice in item. And this was a bad call to do Baron, because they're all really, really low now, and they're probably just gonna get fucked here. It seems that way, at least. Amumu's probably just gonna take some damage, and they might be able to get away. Teemo's doing work though. Need to kill that TF. Yeah. But unfortunately, no one could really get onto the two ADs. Yeah, Tristana keeps sort of jumping in like that, and it's such a bad habit to get into of when you're playing Tristana, just jumping in like that. It just doesn't make sense. You should use it to jump away, or to jump on someone when you're like 100% sure that they're going to die, and then you can just jump again, like when you're really fed or something. But yeah, they shouldn't have started Baron. And as jungler, I always feel you have the sort of last say in if you're going to do Baron or not. Because you can sort of ping back, and just go, no, I don't have smite or something. Because people will listen to you as a jungler. They won't listen to you if you're support, but I feel like you usually have the last say as jungler. But if you yourself don't know whether you should do Baron or not, and you're just listening to someone else, then, that's your fault, isn't it? You should really know, if you want to raise ELO, you should really know what sages you should do Baron, and if you're all 10% life, then it's probably not a good idea to go do Baron. No, Amumu should definitely not get Guardian Angel here. I played a game on my Smurf account yesterday at 1200 or so, and I was playing against a Galio as Karma mid, and he bought Guardian Angel first item, and it was the most pointless thing ever because he had no resists. Well, he had a little bit of resists, but he had no health and he had no AP. And we just ignored him and then killed him afterwards and popped his GA and made it completely useless. It was just worthless. But yeah, if I was Amumu right here, I'd probably buy Abyssal Scepter so he could do a bit of damage as well. Or maybe Shirelia's or something. I don't know. All they need to do here though is turtle and wait, get Galio to wave clear. Or if they catch Severe off guard like that. That was a nice Galio ult. That was a really nice use of their ults there. That's what they really needed to do. I mean, we just need to stay on Vayne like he's doing and just try and take her out. That wasn't a very good bandage though. But see, it's going to be quite difficult for her to take Amumu out here unless he gets All Sun. Then he's going to get fucked. Yeah, he probably chased a bit too much, but at least they get her anyway. Now they can push. But that just shows, like, Severe, instead of buying some Magic Resist or QSS or something like that, she had the Phantom Dancer Infinity Edge, and she bought the Wriggles after that. Like, I saw her do it. She bought the Wriggles after that, which just doesn't make sense to me. If she got some Magic Resist, like a QSS, then it wouldn't have gone like that, and they would have just... So, Severe got mega fed, right? She got 12 kills. And Vayne also has 11 kills. The Wit's End's okay, I guess. I mean... I always feel like if you're going to play AD carry, you don't buy shit like Wit's End and More of My Mortius to get Magic Resist. Because, say you buy Wit's End and More of My Mortius for Magic Resist. Wit's End is like 2150 and More is like, let me check. More is like 3,300. So that's just like 5k gold spent on getting some Magic Resist. When instead you could just spend 740 and get a Megatron, and you'd be just as good with that sort of Magic Resist then. So, I know attack speed... Okay, Vayne's now got a QSS, that's good. But I know attack speed's good on Vayne, but I just don't like building Wit's End on AD carries. I feel like when you're playing AD carry, you're building your items for the late game. So that's why you build an Infinity Edge as a first item, because you want to build items after that complement off it. So... you shouldn't really build items like Wit's End and More of Mortis and things like that on AD carries, unless you're playing Urgot, but Urgot isn't really an AD carry, is he? So, yeah. And never buy Wit's End on Urgot, so don't listen to me on that. But like Tristana's got the right items. She's basically got perfect items for this sort of team setup. She's got a lot of protection against the enemy team just with Amumu and Galio basically. And this Alistair support has now got a Frozen Heart. I really like the idea of getting Frozen Heart and Shurelya's on Alistair. And Teemo isn't here, so they're basically just fucked now. Tarek's just going to die for free. There's nothing they can do. This is why, at this sort of stage in the game, in solo queue, people should just be grouped all the time, and you should just encourage your team to be grouped. Because stuff like this will happen where it's just completely pointless and you'll lose someone. But I don't know. I don't think those items are that good on Tristana really for this sort of stage in the game. She's got 200 farm, it's okay. But she should really have more items here. That was a weird Galio ult though, I don't know. I think they could still kill them all though if they go in. It was a weird Galio ult. If he just waited a little bit longer and then did it, maybe it would have worked out better, so Amumu could go get his ult. Go get his ult on as well. I don't know. That's why I don't think teams like AoE teams work that well in solo queue unless you have Morgana, because Morgana's just OP as hell. But that's why I don't think they work that well, because you don't have like Vent or something to communicate together to time them correctly. Right then it was completely untimed. It was just Galio doing his ult and then dying, and that was it. I wonder if Teemo will be able to kill Vayne here. He should be able to. He's got a lot of health and damage as well. If he actually auto-attacked her once, then he would have. But yeah. But going to 1v1 Vayne at 37 minutes, even if you're 16 kills like Teemo, probably isn't the best idea because she just goes invisible and it's really hard to hit her, basically. And I don't like the idea. I don't like that Tavir buying Wriggles. I just really dislike that item choice. But yeah. This Vayne's doing a lot of damage now. Sevir's doing a hell of a lot of damage. TF will generally do a lot of damage with just Rabadon's Lichbane. It's just the way it is. Alistair just provides a lot of CC. But right now in this stage of the game, Lee Sin's just useless. I know he's got 17 assists, but he's 2 for 9 and all he's got is Aegis. He's just completely pointless. See, Galio sort of needed to go in then and do his ult. But for some reason he didn't. And right now, they're not... Tarek and Amumu are not doing any damage to Severe, so she's not in any danger of being killed at all at any point. But I think if Galio sort of did his ult then, they would have probably all died because... If you saw in the last team fight when it was like here, his ult did a hell of a lot of damage because he got his death cap now. He's got 500 AP. So I think they would have been fine then. And obviously Teemo wasn't there, so it doesn't help. But last time it was sort of Amumu not doing his ult, and this time it was Galio not doing his ult. And Galio should have gone back. Like, what use is he being on 20% HP there? He's completely pointless. Like, if he had full health then, he probably could have done his ult, and him and Teemo could have done some work and probably killed a lot of them. But now they're losing a top in here, but it looks grim. Amumu did really well early, but I just don't think he's a late game sort of jungler unless you have something else to complement him. Like, Galio's okay, but he's sort of the same thing. I think a team without bruisers isn't good. You really need... Okay, that was a horrible ult. You really, really need at least one bruiser on your team, because they have none. Like, Galio isn't a bruiser, he's a caster. He doesn't scale off, like, Trinity Force or Warmogs or whatever. He's just not a bruiser at all. But if they can get a Baron here, it can help them out a bit. They got an inhibitor for free because no one on this team was had enough foresight to see that this inhibitor was going to get killed by minions. Like, you can easily check on the map, and that is just that's just horrible for your team, for something to, like, an inhibitor to die just from minions. It's really not good. But Amumu Oracle now, that's smart of him. An Oracle, buying an Oracle at like 40 minutes can really help you win a game. Even if you're like a bruiser top lane, buying an Oracle at like 40 minutes is worth it. And Tristana probably should have got that red then. I'm not sure how much damage this Teemo is going to do. I know he's got Mad Dreads, but the Malady is sort of a weak item later on. I don't really like it. He should probably exchange that for something else, even though he needs the attack speed, but yeah. But Galio's got Guardian Angel now, so that's going to be quite strong. Gives him a little bit of armor. All they need to do to win is get a good Amumu ult and a good Galio ult off. That's all they need to do. And Triss just needs to auto attack. And Taric needs to stop pushing top by himself. That's not his job. I hate it when supports do that. Like, someone else should probably do that, but they do have Nashor. They do need to go and fight. Mumu's just taking a lot of free damage there. All they need to do is just shoot Alistar and make him burn his ult. It's so beneficial to do that. Oh, unfortunately that gets cancelled instantly. Okay. Kill Vayne, kill Vayne. Yeah, okay. They should be able to win now. I didn't feel like... Okay, Severe sold her Wriggles and bought a Bloodthirst, so that's good. A good item choice. I didn't think Severe really did much in that fight, though. It didn't look like it. She probably could have done a lot more, being 14-7. Like, having 2 AD carries on your team with 14 kills each should be quite easy for you to win. Tristana's doing a hell of a lot of damage now, though, as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, this was just... The Galio ult wasn't even that good. Or the Amumu ult wasn't even that good then. It was just sort of poor play from Severe, I think, at the end of that fight. But thanks for watching, guys, and remember to tune in next time and subscribe if you liked it.